Alright, I guess I have to do this again. So, that's nice. I gotta repeat everything. I gotta remember. So I guess my audio wasn't working. As I was going through everything, I noticed my audio wasn't working. So I can't fucking. Isn't technology fun? It's right next to a dumpster. Alright, we're gonna go to it again. I'm gonna do what I can remember because I don't remember anything. Not great. Obviously, the subject matter is not something they want me to talk about. Yeah, because they mess with your mind so you can't think straight, obviously. So, alright, this new, gosh. Alright, this is the website. This is where you can book stuff. It's 8 days for delivery. Same situation here. Social network and the rabbit. So you don't have to do this all over again. We're just going to fly through it. If you need me in Astral, that's where I'm going to be. And Earth can shove it. After that audio problem, Earth can really shove it. Their internet works. This planet, fuck. Jeez. So, this might be a short one because I gotta repeat every single thing. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna remember everything. So, right, this is gonna be. Alright, this is a Pentagon remote view. We're just gonna jump right into it again. And hopefully the audio is working. Yep. Because sometimes they blind your mind where you don't check stuff for obvious reasons, especially when you have a lot especially if you have a lot going on. And something that should normally work, obviously, does not. And your chair is really squeaky, and I tried to oil it with no success. So, the Pentagon Energies recap. You see that courtyard in the middle of it? That is like a portal or something similar to the Bermuda Triangle. It does bring in vibrations. I didn't realize they even had a courtyard. Or whatever that is. Imagine it's a courtyard. So it is. The main thing that came through is that our government is an alien entity altogether. It's like when we were acting all crazy in the past for like destroying planets and stuff like that as Atlanteans. Another alien race came in, not the Illuminati came in to be our government, like the kings and queens and stuff like that, to help us get our act together, not necessarily rule us, but babysit us basically. So there's a Illuminati that's babysitting us, and a government energy, an alien energy that is babysitting us. It's different species. They're not really saying who they are. There is a Zeta energy, and around here, obviously, because of technologies. And one moment. What else was there? I'm getting blocked now. Gee, I wonder why. Pain in the ass. Yeah, I didn't have this problem earlier. Yeah, when you have no audio, everything works out better, from what I've noticed. Yeah, they're not letting me think. Motherfuckers. Okay, we'll move on from that. Yeah, there's a Men in Black presence there, definitely. There's something else that I said earlier that I can't remember. Obviously, I guess I'm not worried about it. They definitely, they don't care about the illegals that are coming into the country, obviously. So, because they wanted to use that, they wanted to weaponize that, against us as a news story eventually. So they kind of create the problem. Then, well, that was the other thing. They do fund the media through like Johnson and Johnson, through studies and stuff like that, or funding. They find ways to fund these big companies. They don't fund the media, I don't think, directly, but they do go through the advertisers and fund them. So they fund different. So they have kind of like a control. It's secret for obvious reasons. So, like the UFO phenomenon that's going on, they have a study on that. They don't find it that important, but it is getting more active, obviously. So they're testing stuff out, especially that UFO information to the Pentagon. Now, the Zeta energy has mostly to do with the technologies. There is a Men in Black presence there. I believe it's mostly the Justice Department. But there is a Men in Black presence that nobody will ever notice there. nobody will ever notice. Some people might get an eerie feeling possibly if they see somebody walk by, but there is an energy. I believe it was underground. I can't remember everything now. So yeah, obviously they're not making it easier for me. Yeah, man, I was going to town, but now I have to actually record my audio. I can't remember every single thing, so because I have to repeat everything. So we're gonna jump into geez, they work in mysterious ways, don't they? I wonder if there's a better way for me to do this. Well, the nice thing about this, I can go to Facebook also. So I don't know. I guess I don't know. If there's a better way. Probably not. We go to the Constellation. I was going to do remote viewing of that, as I did earlier. So, all right. To remember what happened there is there's a lot of feline beings that are there's fourth dimension, there's third dimension, there's second dimension. Obviously, there's different dimensions, but they have a lot of worlds that are watching other planets right now. They're testing them, like they test us. They don't. It's like they hit us as hard as they can to basically push you to suicide. Then once you did not fall for that, they eventually let up. So then they can change things for the positive. It all depends. Yeah, they push you to your brink. It depends on the person. Felines are very much involved with that. It's because, well, a big part is because we weren't behaving ourselves in Atlantis time period. So what I did see with the felines is that now it's not all felines. They did create their own another human species. There's like a Weirin. Well, not doesn't now just because it's a lion and a feline root does not mean it's Weirin. There are Weirins there, but it's not all. It's different species of feline, like the white lion, the white it's now the white lions come from Sirius also, but they definitely come from that area too. So there are species I'm just gonna call them the felines because it's not all Weirin. Weirin's I'm not gonna go into that, but they created their own version of human. Make sure it's audio. It's funny every time I check if the audio is working, it always seems to be all right. But when I don't check it, I get screwed. So they have another version of human that they test that went against them on the worlds in that area. And they get kind of I forget the whole story now, but either way, it's another reason why they hate us is because nobody listens to them. So they're very aggravating. It depends on the species of lion. Not all of them are like that. Some are very helpful, but in that area, a lot of them are warrior-like in that area for various reasons. Yeah, it's kind of like a Sparta type of feline in that area. So I want to call them Weirins. I call them just feline. I won't call them the Leos, but they are the feline race of whatever they want to call themselves. Yeah. So a lot of them don't like us as humans because what we did to other species. So we do have their DNA. See, they don't like it that we go against them, and because we're easy to control because we gave away our power. But when we don't like something, we fight back, and they don't like that because we can really cause a lot of mischief. We can be worse than them. They can't always handle it. When we fight back, they can't always handle it. So they're there basically to watch over us. Is what's happening there. So there are obviously a lot of positive ones for sure. But we of course attract more of the warrior ones because we're kind of a warrior planet. So that's what's going on there. So there's all different types of energies to connect to. It's not all feline there. There are all different types of species. There is humans out there though for sure. Now there are humanoid felines, but there are definitely humans there. It doesn't mean they look like us, but yeah, they're similar to the Yael and the Syrians. I believe a lot of them aren't so complicated as we are. We're just like the most complicated pain in the asses in the universe. So, alright, that's like a quick rundown of that because I've been going on for 20 minutes and then none of it got recorded. Went to the Pentagon and looked up felines. I saw this sucker. So that's all. That's in Washington. That's kind of neat. But yeah, they're just watching over us for obvious reasons. The Pentagon itself is like a ship, like a mothership. I felt that it can actually go into space. Maybe not physically, third dimensionally wise, but the energy can lift off. It's like a mothership, basically. And it can, eventually be, it's basically a spaceport. But like I said, in the middle of it's a portal, but no doubt about it. There's a lot of strange anomalies that happen around it. Also, it's not. It's alien. It's foreign territory. It is an alien energy, and yes, they are very connected to Russia in a positive way. Not so much China, but definitely Russia. Which they're not going to go around telling everybody, especially the media, because the media is being uh, manipulated on so many levels. Yeah, I mean, the media is just doing whatever pays the bills. So, and it is being mind controlled. There are mind control energies there. I believe it's mostly in the fourth dimension, though. So, yeah, I kind of hit this pretty heavily earlier, and now I'm repeating it, and I don't know if I'm getting everything. I think I'm being blocked also as I'm talking about it. So, this isn't going to be that deep. Not to say it was that deep before, but obviously they want me talking about this period. It's definitely what the main thing I get out of this is not our government is not it is alien. The structure of it is alien. Yeah. So all across the world, not just here. And some of really like the Asian governments told I think that's like a different species. Yeah, they're all the governments are all different alien species, but it's not ones we're familiar with. These are different ones. There is Anunnaki presence there, but it's not on Anunnaki. Oh well, we'll figure out eventually. It's not important right now. We have to get our act together first. I think that's about it. Yeah, I guess that's awesome. That's where I'll be if you guys are looking for me. Yeah, I didn't really turn into anything. Yeah, Google. Well, it's not Google's fault, but yeah, it's so much on my mind. I did not think about looking at. Usually I look at. Usually it's fine, but not always. But seeing how it's something like that, something that what a pain in the ass. Yeah, I just love technology. I just want to hug it. There's no, I don't know. It just shuts off by itself. Normally it should. I mean, I don't do anything, and it just, it's aliens. Yeah, because my eye was twitching when I was talking about the wheel. It was twitching earlier. Obviously, did not get that. So the audio version, the version with no audio is still on Facebook. So I probably won't delete that. All right, so that was fun doing that again. I don't remember everything. Of course, it wears me out even more. But at least I caught it. At least I got a message about it and I caught it. So because I was channeling somebody too. So here we go again. Subject matter is not too surprised why they did that. So, alright, I'm not sure how this is gonna go. Yeah, they're blocking me on all levels for obvious reasons. Now, I'm not going too deep to anything. Just like the Pentagon's feel like a good place to go for connections. Why not, right? I'm not going to anybody's secret files or any of that nonsense. I don't care about that. Yeah, they do control the FBI for sure. They do run that agenda. Somebody does. So, alright, one moment. Anybody want to say anything? Is everybody not allowed to talk to me? As society grows more mature, you'll be able to go into the doors of the Pentagon remotely, through remote view more clearly. We're not really going, for obvious reasons, we're not going deeply, there's no reason for it, but we're just right now connected to the outside energies of it. Not to go too far, yes, Lockheed Martin is very much. Lockheed Martin controls a lot of the investment and the mentality there because it's keeping them in business right now. So, a lot of lobbyists, obviously, in the different areas. What's happening as people awaken to their higher dimensional self? You'll find yourself astrally going into the Pentagon and other places of military. First off, viewing it. Now, some of you might be coasting around there. Some of you might be seen. Possibly. It depends on the person. Because you can't astrally be seen here. People might not know what you are. But through their third eye or whatever it might be, they might say, there's somebody here. And then you just disappear. It is possible. And can happen and will happen eventually. As more people awaken to their, they let go of all of this nonsense of this reality. And just truly, it's not something that's going to happen fast, but I believe many in their dream state will be going to places like that. It can be China, it can be Russia, it can be anywhere. But definitely Pentagon to just calm down the vibrations, even talk to people astrally. You probably already do it now. But become more aware of it. It's like, why do you need to do these things? Because you're going to be healing the earth astrally. You're already doing it now. You're just not aware of it. Eventually become more aware. And this is me repeating myself. But it's true. Astrally, you're going to become more known to it. You have all these conversations with people that want to blow the planet up or cause difficulties, go after Iran, whatever it might be. There will be a time frame where this will become more spiritually known. When you need to remember it. It's not. Trust me, it's happening right now. But nobody's remembering anything in this dimension for obvious reasons. We're playing it out as we need to. But when you do start remembering, it's going to be very surreal. You're going to wake up, it's like, did that just happen? That's, like I said, some people are already kind of incurring that right now. Whatever word that is. Some people are going through that right now. Slightly. There are some connected to Army generals for some reason, whatever it might be. Nancy Pelosi, that's scary. And others that are some politicians turned into like reptilians, whatever it might be. Can't think of who it was. Rumsfeld, I've heard of. In terms of like reptilian, shows up in dreams. Yeah, not a nice guy. So, there's a lot of agendas going on that people are in human trafficking energy, so a lot of people are connected to that. Astrally to heal it, but it's not time yet for various reasons because the human astral is not easy either, but the physical human has to let go of the timelines of allowing that to occur. Epstein is a version of that. Now, yes, many people are waiting for 5 or 10 or 100 other Epsteins to be put in jail. That's kind of like what we're working for, we're working towards. Want small doses. Eventually, that will come into light. I'm not sure about being arrested, but some of them will come into light of what's going on, being involved with these things, and it's going to be very ugly when that occurs. Won't happen anytime soon, but we're kind of getting a warm up towards it. Like I said, I don't think some of these people are going to be arrested. Some of them might disappear. They'll get known, it'll be all over the news, scare the hell out of that person. It's like, great, now I got nowhere to go. Fake their death or whatever it might be. Who knows? You won't be able to catch all of them. There's just no way. So, because some of them are connected to the Pentagon and the CIA. Big surprise there. They have connections there somewhere. That kind of makes, it's more than makes sense. I mean, if you're going to do stuff like that, you better have high connections to make sure you don't get your ass thrown in jail. So, Epstein thought he could get away with it, of course, but he thought he was protected. Obviously not. So, Because didn't somebody just step down because they weren't handling it very well? Well, yeah, it's like a clown court basically. So yeah, they're going to lay the hammer down on Epstein most likely, but no time soon. Now he's going to sell some people out. Some of it will work out, some of it won't. It's hard to say right now. But yeah, we are going into a time of awakening for sure. It's well, we gotta heal the third dimension basically. For aliens to show up, we gotta get over ourselves right now. That's nothing easy to happen. There's a lot of just inner, like you talk about on the radio show going within. The country has to go within too, like as a whole, and that's how you heal all this stuff. Obviously, that is a tall order. I mean, if you take like people are aware of the problems, but you know how to heal it. But when we start directing our energies to healing it on a massive scale, and it will happen eventually. Timing is up in the air. It's going to be you're going to see like 100 Epstein's be pulled out of the darkness into the light. So we are heading into that direction. It's just we are getting held by alien energies. You can't, they just, it's just such a slow process that, yeah, it can drive you insane. But that's why you gotta put your mind on other things, heal yourself, grow a garden, go run a marathon, do something. It's like none of this stuff's gonna happen instantly. It's just the way it is. Yeah, do something for yourself that you get your mind off of the world. Because only so much spirituality you can connect to, you drive yourself insane. So you can only take it to your guides only so much. So, maybe Netflix binge, whatever it might be, just to get your mind off of. Ascension is good, but you gotta take a break from it eventually because you're gonna drive yourself crazy. So, obviously, this version of the recording is a shadow of the last one. So, we're doing what we can here. Let's see here. Yeah, souls here are going to christen to a higher vibration. Higher vibrational beings can be terrifying because they connect to because their energy field is so active. It's not negative, but it can feel overwhelming. Those are the ones I connect to every once in a while. Not all. Is like yes, a lot of them don't have a personality. Some are just energy. They're just so much energy. It's like they're just they have the knowledge. They know what you can do to heal, but obviously you gotta let you do your thing. They're like higher vibrational parents. But yeah, high vibrational beings at the 12th dimension or higher can be such energy fields coming through that it's a burst of I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but it is a burst of vibration that can heal us instantly. Well, obviously not going to, but they can. It's just a lot of these higher dimensional beings do not have personalities at all. They do, but they don't have the characteristics like we do. Some don't. Some do. A lot of them don't care, don't need it. Who cares? It's communication because they connect to the mind. They don't really need the physical, verbiage. And it's raining now. And I'm worn out because I'm doing this twice. So, yeah, I'm doing the best I can with this. I'm kind of pulling on straws. Obviously, I'm connected to the Pentagon. They don't really like that. Some beings don't. So I'm being blocked like a son of a bitch. Obviously, there are a lot of shadow beings there that they don't want us to connect with for obvious reasons. Because they can drive people insane. They're driving society insane right now. So the Pentagon itself, for example, is one of them. Government buildings are the same. They send out a pulse that's not so friendly. Now there's a friendly energy there somewhere, but mostly it's a negative. And it's up to us to shut it down. Basically not give in to all the BS of manipulations. It's like, once again, you connect to it astrally of what's going on. Eventually, you'll remember. It's like, I think I just had a conversation with the president. People already have that right now. and it'll become more clear, like, wow, I think I was in a government meeting or whatever it might be. That shows the awakening is definitely speeding up. Not to say that the third dimension is going to fully heal itself just yet. Always. It'd be nice to flip a switch and get rid of the crap and go to pig world, but nope. One moment. Souls here, yes, have to find themselves. Yes, obviously a challenge. Obviously, yes, you take your IQ and bring it down as low as you can. A mental challenge. You come here for challenges. You can go into the spirit and have all the knowledge. You didn't come here for all the knowledge. You come here to be challenged. So you're challenged physically, mentally, you know, through nature, whatever it might be. You're here to have a challenge, and the mental challenge is the hardest because many know they can access the higher energies, but they can't get to any of it. So that is a mental hell. But not to say you're going to bring in all the knowledge, but you'll bring in what you need to, which isn't always good enough. But it's never enough, obviously, especially when you're used to being at a high vibration all the time. So those that are really accustomed to this reality are used to the third dimension, obviously. And those that come in talking about aliens and everything are from a higher vibration. Doesn't mean it's always a positive vibration, but it's a vibration to get people's attention. Sometimes you have to have a warrior incarnation to battle, to put this information out, say things that other people won't say, get laughed at, whatever it might be. But at least you're putting the vibration out there. Even if people will reject it, some people will get it. It's basically here to unloosen the manipulations, definitely. They're kind of like taking the cork screw out slowly. So, saying what needs to be said, even if it's not that popular, or if few people want to hear it. Once again, I'm grabbing at straws here, doing the best I can. Obviously, I'm connected to something I don't want to be connected to. I would say the Pentagon is like a black hole. It's worse than it because the United States is a warrior country. Other countries obviously have military because we got military. So that's one of the reasons. But it's mostly because we got one. So we're gonna kick everybody's ass. Trying to. What we're doing, so far. Obviously they're keeping, American citizens kind of out of it. Through whatever it might be, the chemical, through foods or everything. Hollywood's always healthy, sort of. Hollywood's going to go through a major change eventually. It's going to have to get over itself. And the image it's putting out is going to fall apart eventually. It slowly is, but it's going to really start. It's going to rejuvenate itself. It has to, because it's always going to make money to some degree, but it's out of touch for the most part. But we're going through an alien renaissance. We're in the early stages of our alien renaissance, as you can see. More people that wish to connect astrally will do so. Just gotta follow your vibrations. Yes, the world is a complicated archon reality with many tricks all around it. If you only saw it, it's basically trapdoors. The trapdoors of the mind to capture the mind, have you think one way. Now, when you think for yourself within, it's not easy. That's where you get tested the most, because you're thinking outside of the control system. So, obviously, and they make your life hell. Of course, nothing's easy. It's not easy, but it's even harder when you're thinking for yourself. And sometimes you gotta say things that are controversial, even if you're not saying the full, like what you really want. But you're here to basically, every time you speak, you put out a new timeline too. You help others find their right timeline for what's right for them. If intentions are right, some people put words out to put people on the wrong timeline. Some people are like, all right. Plenty of that going around. Thank you, church. But either way, they feel like they're doing the right thing. But some of you are going to become more independently, like hippies. creating new timelines for independent thinking. It will get stronger and stronger. It will have an alien element to it, astral elements to it. Right now, it's not that it's weak, it's just not that popular. Eventually, it will get more popular over time. It's like you're in the desert walking, no water, nobody cares about you. It's kind of like that. You're all by yourself, and it just sucks. But eventually, others will tap into it eventually. Uh, and it's been right in their face the whole time, but they never wanted to see it. Is once again, this reality is playing a good show, as you can see. Is the third dimension's playing? It's attractive enough. There's lessons there, of course, but when they see the spiritual lessons that many of you are going through, people look at that as like, hell no, and shut that down. It's like, this is what you're going through. They see it spiritual. It's like, really? Fuck that. I'm gonna go back to being asleep. So they do get times where they can't awaken. When they find this and say, fuck this shit. So it shows they are in an awakening process. And if they are aware of it, they might trash what I'm doing and others are doing, but they are in the awakening process. They just say no a lot. So obviously you don't have to agree with everything, but you do know exists, or they in denial any of this exists, whatever it might be. So it's like opening up the trunk of a car and then closing it. It's like open up, oh, what the fuck, slam it. So that's what's going on mentally right now. Hopefully the audio is being recorded. It's a little pain in the ass. I'm trying to add on a little bit more. Yeah, there's a little bit scattered energies because of the subject matter. So we'll do what we can. Obviously, yes, there's a lot of shadow energies in the Pentagon. Soul searching beings, a lot of ghosts there too. There's a lot of a lot of the Civil War energies there. So a lot of them have not crossed over. They're looking for the next war, you can say. So a lot of their ancestors are there. So they're attracted to their ancestors. The great grandkids or great 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 grandkids, whatever it might be. So great great grandpa from the Civil War is in the Pentagon running around, especially if they have a sibling there or somebody that's similar to that. They're definitely there. So yeah, they're definitely running around in that area, no doubt about it. Some of them, all different types are there. Let's put it that. A lot of slaves are there. A whole bunch of them. So that's another reason for the dense energies. Washington D.C. needs to be flushed out. It truly needs to be flushed out of its the racism energies are just through the roof. Yeah, for obvious reasons, because the past, it needs all Washington needs to be get all your major crystals, get large crystals, and cleanse the damn place on a massive scale. It will take a long time because Washington D.C. will definitely light up. A lot of ghosts will definitely be released. The ghosts need to be released, basically. Holy shit. Jeez. That place I connect to very often, but yeah, it's well, that was another thing about the Pentagon. A lot of it was controlling it is in Nevada. It's not Area 51. There is another government, central government, or whatever I'm calling it, Western government that's controlling it. Something in Nevada is controlling a government, our government for obvious reasons. Because if you're in the Pentagon, you're just a big ass target. If you're in the White House, you're just a big ass target. But if you're not in any of those places, you're fine. If you're in an undisclosed place, that's where this is, wherever it is. It probably is underground, but they're not telling. I know it's in Nevada. That's all I know. So our true government, I've always picked up on this before, but I was connected to the Pentagon. Definitely felt that. Our real government, it's only a few people. It's not a lot. It's in the Nevada desert somewhere. Something's in West Sands, Mexico also. So part of it. So yeah, for obvious reasons, so they can sell some missiles or whatever the hell it is. So yeah. So just connect to your spiritual self. Assist with releasing, finding your inner self healing. Obviously is not easy. You don't have to do it every day. Explore with your intuitions, You don't have to connect to your guides all the time. Guides, some of them are just if your guides aren't talking to me, just tell them, "Hey, asshole, start talking to me." You don't have to use that verbiage, but sometimes it's a good idea to use that. Hey, dickheads, come on, start talking to me. You never know. Well, if you get a reptilian talking to you, at least it's something. Yeah. Well, you can't always be fully distracted by guides, too. You gotta live your life, but, sometimes you do need help for direction and, yeah. Just, it does get old to be on the same timeline where nothing really occurs. No real events. You know things can change, but then nothing changes. That's very frustrating. So I think we're on a timeline of change. Just patience and endurance, and we'll see how things go. So, all right, yeah, this is kind of a loose connection here because I had to redo everything. So hopefully it was all right. Pain in the ass. Take two. At least I didn't do the whole thing with no audio. At least I caught it. But still, it's now 12:15. So there went the idea of getting done early. So obviously there was interference there. There was interference. I had a lot in my mind, and I did not look at that area. I looked at everything but the audio. Usually I look at the audio, but when you have a lot on your mind, it's hard to catch everything. So that gives you an idea of who's screwing around. So, all right, thanks for your support. Whichever everyone, have a great rest of your week. The webinar is tomorrow. Take care.